What's up guys, it's Dreeked here, welcome back to another video, and here we have the Povidone Iodine Cookie meta, and as you can see, she is absolutely dominating inside of the arena. So without further ado, let's get right into Team 1. So as you can see here, this is going to be Team 1 with Millennial Tree, Dark Enchantress, Timekeeper, Povidone Iodine, and Sugar Swan. So as you can see, Venom Dough has been completely replaced. So before we get into the toppings, I just want to go over Povidone Iodine's skills real quick. So she sprays red antiseptic forward. If the target's a cookie, it applies red antiseptic debuff. It deals damage, then applies healing debuff proportional to max HP, which directly counters MT, if you know what I mean. It also reduces damage dealt by the target, so just reducing damage dealt, you know, just classic debuff. Additionally, applies healing prevention to the target with the lowest current HP. Okay, so that's also very important. Attacks with a saw, dealing damage. If target is a cookie, applies excessive vampiric bite, and vampiric bite applied are not affected by debuff resist. Note that. When using skill, grants HP shield to self, heals all allies, and applies experimental prescription to allies, excluding self. At the start of the battle, grants HP shield, debuff immunity, and enhanced experimental prescription to self. Periodically heals self, removes all removable debuffs, and becomes immune to cascading effects while using the skill. Wow, this is a legendary kit. So as you can see, red antiseptic does damage, does healing and damage. So red antiseptic cookies is the 6-second stun. That's like the glitched out thing that happens. It also ignores 50% of debuff resist, which is crazy good. Stun for others is 4 seconds. Healing proportional to max HP is minus 50% for 30 seconds. Is crazy. Damage dealt minus 45% for 30 seconds. Healing prevention for 12 seconds. Powerful sawing does 5 hits over 0.5 seconds. Single hit damage for cookies is 918% of attack plus damage proportional to 15.5% of max HP. And then others ignores damage resist and does this, and that. It doesn't really matter because we're really using her in arena only. Excessive vampiric bite for cookies is 334.1% of attack every 0.5 seconds for 20 seconds. Wow. Ignores 35% of damage resist, applies 3 stacks of vampiric bite each time the target uses skill. Okay, and the normal vampiric bite is around 100% of attack every 0.5 seconds for 20 seconds, ignores 35% of damage resist, healing minus 15%. Saw Strike is damage 1,200% of attack plus damage proportional to 30% of max HP. It also ignores 35% damage resist. Wow, vampiric bite. Wow, and then it also proportional to the attack of others. Look at that. Okay, minus 35%. This kit is broken. If you didn't think it was gonna get more broken, read experimental prescription. Damage dealt to cookies plus 35%, damage resist plus 30%. That is applied to every single cookie in the team, and besides Povidone Iodine. But Povidone Iodine's passive, her passive is absolutely insane. Just listen to this. HP shield 100% at the start of the battle for 10 seconds. Debuff immunity for 30 seconds. 30. Like, this is broken. It's crazy. HP shield for 85% of max HP for 10 seconds when using skill. Enhanced experimental prescription. This is what's applied to herself. Damage dealt to cookies plus 40.5%. Damage dampening plus 44.5%. Max HP plus damage dampening plus 44.5%. Max HP plus 50%. Damage resist plus 40%. Healing 222.4% of attack plus 3.5% of attack per 1% HP lost every 8 seconds. That is insane. You don't realize how insane that is. And Povidone Iodine Cookie is going to be absolutely broken inside of the arena. So let's get right into the toppings. All right, so Team 1 is not actually going to be as simple as just cutting and pasting in Venom Dough for Povidone Iodine. Like, it's just not going to be like that. So I'm going to go over the exact toppings and team composition that is going to be used for the quote-unquote blueprint of the meta, which is Team 1, which is my generic team. So treasures are going to be the Whistle, the Box, and the TBD Ticking Jelly Watch. Obviously, that's just going to be pretty much standard. Candle is all right, but I just found that this works better. Standard treasures and all that, you know what I mean? But anyway, let's go right into the toppings. So Millennial Tree is actually going to be running the same old stuff, but you might have noticed something in the total screen. He's actually running a 1-second start. That is going to be different from pretty much every team that was shared in my last video. So Millennial Tree is going to be running a 1-second start. Why? Because Povidone Iodine Cookie can stun your MT and absolutely demolish him. So you need to make sure he casts first. He applies all of his buffs, as you can see, and all the skill, you know, all that skill. Applies the buffs first, all the damage dampening, damage resist, debuff resist, and so your team won't get one shot. That is most important. So remember, 4 HP, 2 debuff resist, 20 plus debuff resist, 20 plus DR, 3.9 plus cooldown. You don't need much more than that. Then focus the rest on HP with an HP B-skit. Now for Timekeeper, it's going to be the same build. I just run 35 cooldown, 25 DR, and then focus the rest on attack, and also 60 bypass on the B-skit. You know, this hasn't really changed. Stacking as much cooldown on Timekeeper as you can is pretty much just the standard now, so make sure you do that. And, you know, it's the same Timekeeper build for pretty much everything inside of the arena. So besides one team. So we'll get to that later. And that's going to be it for Timekeeper. Now for Dark Enchantress, we're going to be going back to the 6 Raz build. And you know the drill. 9 cooldown, 108 attack, or 111 attack, and 8 cooldown. And then also 20 plus DR, and also full bypass on her B-skit. Also very important to note, you can, if you want to hit a 111 and 8, do not go below. It's always best to be above requirements, and you can stack maybe 1 damage resist sub, but that's it. And she's going to be dying really quickly this meta. Just know that if your Dark Enchantress is exploding, that is absolutely normal and absolutely okay. Now for Povidone Iodine, we actually have an interesting build here. We have 4 HP and 2 amps, so 2 cookies using 4 HP toppings. And why do we use 4 HP on Povidone? Because the HP stat, her HP stat is actually inflated a lot. Like it's really, really good. She almost has like as much base HP as Dark Enchantress. That's just crazy, is that not? And the reason why we're using HP and amp also to keep her alive, which is very important, so she keeps applying experimental prescription, which again deals 35% or gives damage dealt to cookies 35% to all your allies, and also damage resist plus 30%, which is absolutely insanity. Like it's completely broken, absolutely broken. Like can't even emphasize this enough. And also the HP would also help benefit with the HP shield, so 100% of max HP. That also increases her survivability. That's going to be it for Povidone Iodine. Remember, 25 plus DR, and try and get as much cooldown as you can, and then focus the rest on its damage resist, cooldown, attack for all the substats. And then on the B-skit, it's going to be full bypass, so you can just take Venom Dose B-skit and slap it right on. And also make sure to have around 20% amp buff minimum so that she is able to survive on her own. Now for Sugar Swan, it's going to be the same deal. Cooldown, crit, attack, 3 crit, 3 attack. Much cooldown as you can, then crit and attack stack up. Get around like 60 plus crit here. I think that's going to be probably the best. And then I think for the attack, you have to have 3 attack toppings to get the maximum amount of healing up stacks right here. Healing plus 0.8 per every 1% of attack gain from toppings. So make sure you do have 3 attack toppings, 2 crit toppings, and 1 crit tarp. That's just the best setup for Sugar Swan. So let's actually get right into the battles and where you're going to want to use this team. So for the first battle here, we have a simple mirror match with someone 500 trophies lower than me because of Arena being kind of bugged right now. So let's actually go right in, and it's definitely going to be a mirror match. Yeah, it is a mirror match. So just watch the rotations. You see everyone's running 1 sec MT because everyone is scared about, see, there's the red debuff. Wow, I actually killed off his MT really quickly. See, that's the most important thing. If your PVI dies really early, then you're cooked. Because experimental prescription, where is it? Right here? That is being applied to everyone, and that's just plus 35% damage. That's like having an eternal sugar on your team in just a super epic. So let's go look at the stats here, and as you can see, Povidone died really quickly on the other team. That's why I was able to win, even though I was doing so much less damage. As you can see, Povidone doing 22 million healing for herself. She's like an all-in-one cookie, doing so much damage, giving insane buffs, and doing healing. Are you crazy? Like, that's just insane. That's just crazy good. And then obviously MT healing. Wow, their MT only healed 14 mil. Okay, that's weird, but Swan MT healing. Wow, my Povidone healed more than their MT, which is kind of funny. But anyway, let's go on to the next one. All right, so for the second battle here, we have a chest and a candle. So we're gonna fight it with a standard team here and hope and I win. And also, as you can see, it's going to be 5A Swan, 5A Tree, and 3-star Timekeeper. So let's go right in. Okay, so it is going to be a quote-unquote mirror match, but the treasures are not the same. So there, PVI casted, Dark Enchantress. Yeah, see, your Dark Enchantress may die. So as you can see, watch mine. Finally casted, but it doesn't matter about Dark Enchantress anymore. It matters that your Timekeeper and then your Povidone cast. See, Dark Enchantress is dead, but does it really matter? No, because I still end up winning. You still end up winning even though Dark Enchantress dies. Like, as you can see, Povidone already doing more than Dark Enchantress. Kind of crazy to think about. And if you keep your enemy Povidone Iodine Cookie alive, you're going to lose. You need to keep yours alive and kill the enemies. That's this whole aim of the meta. Without further ado, let's actually go on to the next team, which is going to be Team 2. All right, so for Team 2 here, we have the Pure Vanilla team. And this is going to be because Pure Vanilla actually is going to be really, really good in what he does is, as we saw last season, which is immunity from silence and cooldown debuffs, which is going to help the team survive a lot longer and also be able to have everyone cycle their skills because MT's not going to be getting cooldown increase or anything or silenced. It's just going to help a lot just because the skills are going to flow so much faster, again, like last season's Pure Vanilla comp, and also just because PV is like a cool cookie. Ooh, should be using Pure Vanilla Rally here, just almost forgot. So the treasures are going to be the Charm, the Chest, and the TBD Watch. So now for the toppings here, it's going to be everyone the same as Team 1. Dark Enchantress on the 3-second star as well. Povidone Iodine, same build. PV is going to be running the same thing as Povidone Iodine, but not the same biscuit. Same topping idea? Well, not exactly. So damage resist, cooldown, HP, all focus, HP, amplify buff. 3 lines of DR, 1 line of cooldown, 50 DR, 15 cooldown for maximum survivability, and that's going to be pretty much it for the build. So now let's get right into the battles. So for the first battle, we're actually going to be fighting a Candle Whistle. We're pretty sure that's going to be a standard team right here, so let's actually hit PV right into it. Okay, so it's actually going to be a mirror match, but I'm going to show you why that Charm is superior than Candle, so just watch. Yep, there goes their MT, already gone. And, yep, already winning. So if you can kill off the PVI and kill off the enemy MT, you're pretty much guaranteed to win. Like, as you can see, it was really easy. I didn't even use anyone's revives. Straight up, just demolished. And as you can see here, the enemy PVI did 0 damage. 0. If you're able to mirror a PV like this with no charm, you're pretty much guaranteed to one-shot the enemy PVI because they don't have the revives from Swan as a failsafe. PVI is just going to die straight up. Same with MT as well. Even only doing 18 mil healing while mine's doing 100 mil. Complete difference here is absolutely just the charm disabling all of PVI's buffs. Absolutely important here to use the charm to your best advantage. So for the next battle, we have another standard team right here. So this team is mainly going to be countering team 1, as you can see with the charm, as well as I explained in the past video. So let's go right ahead and fight this guy. Okay, so it is going to be standard. So just watch again. Tree gone already. The faster you can kill the enemy tree, the faster you're going to win. Everyone gone but Timekeeper by the 1 minute mark. There you go. Like clockwork, pretty much. PV is going to be still a staple inside of this meta, which makes me very happy because he's my favorite cookie. And also, look at the damage differences. 37, 33, 13, 2.4 mil, no damage from PVI, no damage from MT. Their Timekeeper did 100 mil, but still, it doesn't even matter. I still wiped out the entire team. The damage doesn't matter. What matters is your rotation and your team composition. That is what matters. And this is a clear display of that. All right, so for team 2, what you're gonna wanna focus on hitting mainly is going to be not these teams. You don't wanna hit Venom Does because the charm is not going to work on Venom Doe. That is why Venom Doe is going to be sorta alright inside of this meta, but not completely good. So what you're gonna wanna hit is yes, these, yes, hit that, yes, hit these, but Spring is just hard. I know that's Spring. I'm not gonna hit him with this because I know it doesn't work because he's got a specific team on. Also can hit this as well, and also the guy that I just beat right there, you can pretty much just hit him because the PVI is showing. So there you go. Now let's get right into team 3. So team 3 is also going to have another familiar face coming back. It's going to be Silent Salt, using the same treasures as the other team, but we're pretty much just going to be transplanting PV and DE out and putting Swan and Salt in. So let's get right into the toppings. So MT is going to be using the same build. It's going to be his same build throughout all the things. 1 second start has just been better for me. It's just better than 2 second start, at least for now, and keeping my team alive. And also, I'm pretty sure it's going to be helpful for you to make sure your team is going to be staying alive as well inside of this horrible meta. Well, not horrible, just lots of burst damage inside this meta, and you need survivability to be able to win battles. So that's why we're using 1 second MT. Now for Silent Salt, we're actually going to be using 4 attack, 2 cooldown, and the tech we're going to be using here is going to be 2 second start, but you need to make sure your cooldown is less than 18.9. 18.8 and below, that's all. So as you can see here, my cooldown tart is going to be lower. I use my lower cooldown tart here to make sure that I can actually run the 2 second start on Salt. That is very, very, very important to have a 2 second start on Salt. No, not 18.9, you can have 18.8 and below. I have 18.7, which is good. And also focus damage resist, cooldown, attack on his toppings, and also full bypass on the biscuit. Now for Timekeeper is going to need to run 5 Choco, 1 attack tart. And as you can see, why we're doing this, 2 second start. Because when we run Timekeeper, the 1 second start, she goes before, because of positioning issues, she goes before MT. We want MT to cast first. So we're going to be running a 2 second Timekeeper here. So that's 5 Choco, 1 Raz Tart. And as you can see here, damage resist, cooldown, 28 plus cooldown, and also the focus the rest on attack. Same biscuit. And as you can see here, DR 25 plus cooldown for toppings, and also be 23 or more. And then attack is also get as much as you can, just so Timekeeper won't preemptively start at 1 second. So we're going to be using a 2 second Timekeeper here. So there's a first for everything, right? Here we go. That's 2 second Timekeeper. Make sure you do have the 2 second start, so less than 30 cooldown. And also let's get right into PVI, which which is going to be a full Raz build. Why a full Raspberry build? Because we want to cut down the enemy as fast as possible and also get as much healing as possible out of PVI here. And the reason why we're using full attack is to make sure that we're able to cut down the enemy as fast as possible. If your PVI is dying, swap back to the 4-2 build. If your PVI is still dying on this, you can try full cooldown, but I would just recommend using full Raz here. And if your team is still dying, you can use the 4-2 build right here that I've provided for the 2 other teams here. So I'm going to be running full Raz just because my PVI is a high ascension. If your PVI is low, which is going to be 99% of you, run this build. I like attack just because I can use my promos to my advantage and absolutely run better builds, but survivability is going to be an issue for everyone else, so you can run the 4-2 with no problem on this team. And Swan's going to be the same thing. So let's actually get right into the battles. So we're going to be fighting Spring here, who is number 1 right now. So just watch as this team just works its magic. Fully maxed out team. Watch this. Salt goes. And let's just check the box score real quick. 0 damage. 0. Povidone Iodine Cookie on the enemy team did 0 damage. That is going to be our ticket to victory. Just watch. My PVI is alive, able to slice up the timekeeper. And I win. Just like that. Even against such a tough opponent with such high promotions, I still win. Because look, my PVI, 44 million damage. His, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Even though Timekeeper did 106 mil, was not a match. MT also did way less healing than mine. You have to make sure you play your matchups right and make sure that you're able to counter the right people, and being able to one-shot Povidone Iodine is the key to victory inside of this season. And also, I'm pretty sure Povidone Iodine won't be one-shot later in the season, but maybe she will. Maybe she will. We'll see. But do stay tuned for that. And as you can see, 12 trophies, huge win for me. So let's get right into the second battle. So we're gonna go right ahead and actually do the second battle right inside of this right now. So let's actually go ahead and hit a standard team right here with a little bit of lower promotions, just so you can see what happens if I fight someone else. So we got someone else who's still Elite 1. So let's go right in. Not many options to hit these days just because it's so early in the season. So right there, as you can see, I did not one-shot the PVI, but it didn't really matter just because I have the sustainability needed. And see, all my teams still lived. I had to revive on Timekeeper, and I might one revive on Swan. So as you can see, 7 mil from PVI, 10 mil and below, you're doing good. If she's still doing like 11, 12 mil, you don't want her to be doing like 40 mil. Like as you can see on my team, she's doing 33 mil. That's crazy, and you don't want that to happen to you. You don't want to be one shot by her. So that's also very, very, very important. So you might be wondering, what happens when I see a charm? So let's actually find a charm real quick. So let's actually go, here. So this is a charm. What you're gonna want to do is you see charm, you gotta have a bell ring off in your head, right? What do you use? You don't use this. PVI would get stunned. You could use this team. PV is pretty good against charm. You could also use this team, but I wouldn't recommend it just because you don't really want to lose the survivability on this team, especially because of how shaky it is. What you can do instead is use the old PV team. As you can see here, pretty much just going to be the same toppings as this team, but with Venom Doe actually making an appearance. So now Venom Doe is niche. That's awesome. So same MT build, same 1 second timekeeper, 35 cooldown, explained in the first team. Dark Enchantress, same build. PV, same build, and Venom Doe is going to be on the 35 cooldown, but if not, you can always run 2 Choco. Well, let me just grab the HP toppings I need real quick. There and there. Okay, and then also let me grab the biscuit that I need. If your Venom Doe is having survivability issues, you can run 40 cooldown with 2 HP, 2 cooldown, and 2 Amplify buff. That is going to be Venom Doe's ultimate survivability thing, and I used it on my free-to-play Hollyberry account last season, and it worked very well. Credits to Crystal to making this build as well, and also that's why I honestly did so well last season, because of this build. This build is just so good. You can either run the 35 cooldown or you can run the 40 cooldown, no bypass, and 20 DR, and then 40 cooldown, then rest on amp, attack, and HP. Make sure, you know, that's going to be pretty much it for Venom Doe. If you have a little bit less than 40 cooldown, that's fine, just because we're using TPD watch, just so Venom Doe has the constant uptime. That is also going to be very, very, very important. So let's go ahead and fight this charm team real quick. Okay, yeah, so it's going to be PVI. Just watch. I am using charm here. I am using charm just to be able to disable the enemy PVI. Like, just watch. Entire team gone. Venom Doe, still good. Niche, but good. Gone. There we go. As you can see, PVI, 4.4 mil damage. Venomoth out-damaged PVI. Kind of crazy, right? I mean, 5A versus 0 stars, but still, as you can see, Venomoth being able to beat a PVI team is still an amazing feat, and it works too. You can also bait people with a Venom defense and put this as your defense and bait people into hitting you with PVI charm. Like, that's a great bait defense that you can actually set up. So that's why I shared this team, and I think, honestly, without further ado, I'm going to end the video here. So let's go over the teams real quick one more time. So as you can see here, we have the main team. You can also switch around the treasures, like you can do whistle, box, and TBD watch. I recommend keeping box and TBD watch. You can swap the whistle for, let's say, like candle. Where's candle? Where's the candle? Oh, there it is. You can do box candle. You can do whistle candle like this. I just prefer this treasure setup. Just going to be the best option to use inside of this meta. Also, for these two teams, the treasure setup is not going to change. You have to keep the charm. You have to keep the box, as the box is able to stun and the charm removes debuffs from the enemy PVI. Just very, very, very important that you keep those treasures in place. And also this team, you can swap out the candle for the box, but I like using candle on this team as well. It's mainly going to be a niche team, and yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. So this is the PVI meta, and I will be coming back at you guys with another video if a new team gets released. So please stay tuned for that. Make sure to like, subscribe, join my Discord, apply for mint, do all the above. And also, if you made it this far in the video, comment VD in all caps, just VD, and talk about how you didn't know that Venomoth actually was able to beat Povidone Iodine. So without further ado, see you guys.